Hello guys, today I'm here with new topic which is for loop. The for keyword indicates a loop. In C Sharp, the for loop executes a block of statements repeatedly until the specified condition returns false. So let's see the pattern of for loop. Here is the pattern of for loop. There are three things which is accepted by for loop. The first one is variable initialization, the second is condition, and third one is its step, its counter, increment or decrement, and here will be block of code. As I have explained above, these are the three things which is accepted by or which is required by for loop. As per the syntax, the for loop contains three parts, as I said: the initialization, condition expression, and the steps. Now what? You can see the image, I have downloaded it. The first thing which will run during for loop is the initialization. Here you can see int I is equal to 0, and the second thing will be condition of for loop, and the third thing is the statement, and the fourth thing will be in increment or decrement. Means the first thing will be initialization, the second will be condition checking, the third will be execution of body, and after execution of body the increment or decrement will be executed. So this is the flow of for loop. Now oftenly we just know about this pattern, but there are five condition or five situation of for loop, or where we can use for loop. The first one is infinite for loop. Let's see. Here I have written a code for infinite for loop. Just you have to write just two semicolons, and there will be no initialization, no condition, and no increment or decrement. Now there is one problem with infinite loop. You have to be careful. It will be an infinite loop if for loop doesn't contain initialization, condition, or step part. Also make sure that conditional expression will return false at some point of time to stop the looping. The reason for infinite loop is that if you will not specify the condition to false, then this loop will run infinitely and this will stuck your application. So that's the reason I will not run infinite for loop, because I don't want to stuck or crash my app or my Unity. So you have to try, because I have already tried, so you have to try. And this is the template of infinite for loop. You just have to specify two semicolons and then the statement. Now talk about nested for loop. So let's see what is nested for loop. Here you can see I have specified initialization, then condition, and then the increment or decrement. Now in nested for loop, nested means loop within loop. I am defining one more for loop and I will start it again like this. sorry, j is less than, I want to run 5 times, and then j plus plus. Now let's see the result of this nested for loop. Index I, now index j. Let's go to Unity and check the result. I have already dragged the for loop script to my game object. You can see the result. I is equal to 0, j is equal to 0, I is equal to 0, j is equal to 1. This is the concept of nested for loop. So I just want to show the template or the way or the structure of nested for loop. Now the next thing is for loop with multiple expressions. So let's see. For loop with multiple expressions. As I have explained, for loop has 3 things: initialization, condition, and then increment or decrement. But the difference is that there is initialization, but there are 2 initialization, I and j. There are 1 condition and 2 steps, or 2 increment or decrement. So this is a for loop with multiple expressions. You can specify for loop like this. You can try it by yourself and run it. This will execute. If you want to see, I can run. You can see. So this is the way for loop with multiple expressions. You can also done your work with for loop like this. Now the next thing is parts of the for loop can be empty. So this is also a very important thing. First of all, check increment or decrement, means this part can be empty, and you can specify it at the end of body. So this is also a valid statement. You can see the result. Okay, you can see. It means we can specify the increment or decrement at the end of body. Now the last thing is move update out of for loop. What does it mean? It means the initialization can be empty. We can specify it before the for loop. So it can be empty, we can specify it here. So this is also a true statement. You can see the result. You can see the result is valid and it's executed. So today lecture was very important because we just know about the for loop has 3 things: initialization, and then condition, and then the increment or decrement. But there are a lot of persons or people who don't know about these 5 situations. If you want to get more about for loop, then you have to practice it again and again, then you can get more. And I hope you will try it by yourself. Now today lecture is done and I hope you will practice it. Goodbye for now.